Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm gonna be starting my new series on how to make a prison game. So today I'm gonna start by showing you how to make this Team Change GUI that I made. This is a very detailed GUI. It's exactly like the jailbreak one. Like, there's almost no differences. So you can see if I choose the cop team, there's the police station. This is just a picture I found. Like, of course it would show a building, here's the prison, you know, it switches between them. And then, for example, if I become a cop, I'll just show you the script, this entire script first. So if I become a cop, I confirm. Now I can move, I have my camera, and I have a taser, a Glock, which this is also going to be another video, maybe. So yeah, it gives me the items, and then I obviously change my team. Then there's this change teams button over here. If I click this, then there's another confirmation, like, are you sure? And by the way, another thing is, whenever you become a cop, these are just areas that you could spawn, but it randomly chooses an area for you to spawn. Now, you could have the areas, I'll show you when I get up to the script. But over here, let's say I wanted to change teams. I click it, there's, are you sure you want to change? Then you click that, and then it changes you back to prisoner, and I don't know why this is back to visible. That's a bug I'll have to fix. So yeah, so now let's say I become a prisoner. You can see I spawn, same thing as usual. Now, a cool thing I added to the prisoner team is, in this script there is I made it so there's a chance of the prisoner to get a knife, which I think is fun because, like, in my script they have a 20% chance of getting a knife. So it's like, if you get a knife, then it's easier to, I don't know. That's just, I just added a knife. So yep, this is the script. I guess we could start to get into the tutorial. This is a very detailed script, so this is probably gonna take like 2 parts or something. But yeah, let's start. Alright, so to start, first of all, you wanna add a folder into lighting, and then you wanna name that folder Team Gear. So this is basically, you're gonna store all the gear you have. So for example, the tasers and the pistol and the knife and all that stuff. Then you want to add 2 remote events into replicated storage. You want to name one Team Cop, and then you want to name the other one Team Prison. Then, of course, inside of lighting, inside of teams, you want to add your 3 teams. So let me just so basically, if you don't have this teams thing open, you want to go to model, and then you want to click on this button right here, these 2 gear icons, and then it will, like, tell you, it will basically let you know the things that you don't have open. So you just want to click on teams and click open. So you want to add 3 teams, which you could do by clicking this and then do team. Then you want to have them like this. So you want to have a cop team and then a criminal team. You want to have auto assignable turned off for both of them, and then you want to well, the color we'll get to after, so you could color them however you want. But then the prisoner one, you want to have auto assignable on. So now we could get on to server script surface. So here we want to add a script. I forgot to remove that, but we could add a script into here. Then of course we could also name this Team Change. This doesn't really matter what you name it. So to start, we can define replicated storage. We could do local replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. Okay, now we could do replicated storage dot team cop dot on server event connect function, and then we will want to put player inside of these brackets, and now we can continue. So now we could do player dot team equals game dot teams, then we want to do cop, like that. So basically you want to put the name of your team inside of here, So this will be the cop team done. So this is basically going to change your team to cop. Now you want to copy this, and you could paste it down here, but just change everything. So change team cop over here to team prison, and then change, of course, cop to prisoner, and that will be the prison script done. Now we want to make it so the player can't move whenever they join the game. So basically, they can't move until they choose their team. So now here you could do game.players.player added connect function, and then we want to put player inside of here, and then we want to do player.character added connect function the character. Then we can do local humanoid equals not game character find first child humanoid, and then we want to do if humanoid equals if humanoid, then humanoid dot walk speed equals 0, and then we want to do game actually we'll get to this part after. So that is this part done. We should have another end like this, another one of these ends. Not sure why we don't. Yeah, okay. So we will be coming back to this script to add one more line over here, but except for that, this script is done. So now we want to continue. Okay, so now you want to go into the description of the video and basically take my model over here. Now this model is just the GUI, so it doesn't have any of the script except for the actual sound script, which that reminds me, you also, I forgot to film this part, but you want to add a sound into workspace and name that SFX. And then also here are some of my gears. You can put these inside of your tools. You could put inside of team gear. So now you want to basically take the model in the description. The reason you need this is because I have everything named correctly here. If you don't want to take my model, and if you want to configure it, you basically want to configure these. So if you want, you could change them to image buttons or image labels, but you could only configure these, and you could configure everything, but you need to have these names inside of like a frame over here. So if you really want to make your own GUI and you know a bit about like studio and stuff, then it has to look like this. You have to have a frame named team frame, and then have the confirm cop and confirm prisoner in there, and then you also want cop and prisoner in there, and then you want 2 buttons outside of the team frame, and you want to name those change teams and confirm. Oh yeah, now we could continue. So to start off, you want to go to the screen GUI, and then enabled, you want to disable that. And now when we come back to this, we could come back to this script, and we could do game.startGUI dot team change GUI dot enabled equals true. So this will make this will enable the GUI whenever the player joins. So now we could close all of these things because this script is now done, and now we could start off with this script. Actually, before we want to do this, we want to add another script. So we'll add another script, and we will name this a local script, and we'll name this starter camera or start camera. So now before we do this, I want to let you guys know. So you want to add 2 parts into workspace. You want to have one of them named start camera, which is going to be for the prison. Actually we'll name this prison camera, and then you want to have another one called police camera. So yeah, you basically want the police camera to show like a police station or something, which to tell the front of the camera, you go scroll all the way down to surface, and then you could see right over here top. So the top, you could tell like the top, and you could also see the front. So that's how you could tell like which way it's facing. So you want both of those. You want to make them invisible, can't collide. You could have disabled or enabled depending on if the player could access it. And then you want anchored to be true, obviously. And then yeah, so you don't have to have these parts over here. This is just what I'm showing the camera. If you're making a real game, you would probably want to put this the police camera in a police station like the jailbreak one, and then a prison camera in the prison. So yeah, now we can actually continue with the script. So in the start camera, we want to define, we basically want to get the camera and we want to get the character. So we'll do local character equals game.players.localPlayer.character, and then we want to do local cam equals game.workspace.current-camera. Now we could do repeat wait. So now we could do cam.camera-type equals quote unquote scriptable. So we could like script the camera, and then we could do until cam.camera-type equals quote unquote scriptable. So I'm just gonna copy and paste this. By the way, I'm sorry if I sound tired or I mess something up in the script and I have to come back and fix it. It's 3:35 a.m. so sorry. Now we could do cam.cframe equals workspace.prison cframe. So right over here we're saying .cframe. So basically we're saying the camera's view, the C-frame of the camera, is going to be the C-frame of the part of the prison camera. So now whenever we click play, we should have also tested out the other script, but this should actually work. So now, okay, the camera script did not work, but you could see our camera, the GUI is visible and we cannot move. So that is good. But the camera I do need to fix, so I'm going to change this, the scriptable, to enum.camera-type.scriptable, and then you could copy this and paste it here, and this should fix it. We will see. Yep, there we go, it fixed it. So here should be the start camera script. So far what we have is this local script here, and then we have this script over here. And now we can continue with actually starting to script the Team Change GUI. So we're going to start off with some simple things, just the cop and the prisoner buttons. So we want to add local scripts into both of them. So there we go. And now in the cop script, we will do script.parent.mouse button one click connect function. This is basically a click function, so anything in between this end and this line, anything between these lines will happen only if you click the button. So when we click it, we want to do script.parent.confirm cop.visible equals true. So this is really short. Basically whatever we're doing is if we click, now we also want to do script.parent.confirm prison.visible equals false. So what we're doing is if we click the cop script, it will make the confirm cop button visible, and then it will make the confirm prisoner button invisible. So now we could copy this script and we could put the same script inside of the prisoner local script, but just change these around. So you want to change the confirm cop.visible to false, and then confirm prison.visible to true. So that is these two scripts complete. So yep. Now we could continue to these two scripts. So I'm going to start with the prisoner script. You could add a local script inside. And now we could print remove hello world, and now we could start. Okay, so let's start off with defining a few things. So we will do local config equals script.parent .parent.parent.config, and then we want to do .cop config, and then we want to do local spawns equals config .spawns. Then we want to do local plr, which player, and we want to do game.players.local player, and then we want to do local we'll do local bag equals plr.backpack. Oops, that should be capitalized. And then we want to do local gear equals game.lighting.gear.team gear. And then we want to do local remote equals game.replicatedStorage.team cop. So that was a lot of things in one go, but those are all the variables done. So now we could continue with the next part of the script. So now we could do script.parent.mouse by one click connect function, and we'll just mark this off as the main part. So this is obviously detecting when you click it, and now we can do remote fire server. So this is basically firing. Whatever this is doing is this is basically it's firing this remote event, and then whenever this, and then this script basically says whenever this is fired, then, or here, right here, whenever this is fired, then the player's team will become cop. Same thing with prisoner. So now we could continue. So we want to do script.parent.parent.visible equals false, and then we want to do script.parent.parent.parent.confirm. No, script.parent.parent.parent.change wait, hold on, I'm trying to find out what this is. Script.parent.parent.change teams. There we go. So .change teams.visible equals true. And then we want to do script.parent.visible equals false. And then we want to do plr.character.walk speed. No, I need to do that. Humanoid.walk speed equals config dot spawn speed dot value. So now we're just getting the configuration. So actually let me just explain all the configurations to you. So we'll start off with the cop configurations. So over here we have the spawn speed. So this is basically how fast, right here is how fast the player goes whenever he confirms the team change. So right now I set it to 20 because, you know, like, you'll have a cop a bit faster than the prisoner. Like, I don't know, I think that kind of makes sense. And then we also have tool on spawn, which if this is true, then the player will get tools whenever he spawns. And then also inside of here we have a spawns folder, which we have spawn 1, spawn 2, spawn 3, which you could add as many as you want, or you could have less, which this is basically the coordinates that they could spawn at, or the coordinates, the XYZ that they could spawn at. Now we have the same exact thing, almost the same thing as in the prisoner. So we have the spawn speed, and we have the tool on spawn. So if the tool on spawn is true, that means that they have a chance of getting a knife. And then right here we have the knife chance. So you can see we have 1 out of 20 to get 1 out of 20% chance of getting the knife. And then over here we have the change teams configuration. So a spamoid basically means if you change teams, then you have to wait another, here I'll do 5, then it means you have to wait another 5 seconds until you could change your teams again. Actually, I'm gonna make this 10. So let me actually stop this and change this to 10. And then we have the spawn. So this is basically whenever you click change teams, it moves your character to the prison, or I would think the prison. So this is basically going to be like one of the spawn points. And then we have wait till close, basically meaning whenever you click on change teams, then it makes confirm visible, meaning it like says, are you sure you want to change teams? So if you don't click yes, I'm sure, then after 5 seconds it will make the confirm invisible, and it will make the team change script whatever. Basically, I'll explain it when we get up to that. So now we want to do game.workspace.currentCamera. Actually, yeah, game.workspace.currentCamera.camera type equals quote unquote custom. So this is the entire main part done. Now we could continue on to the randomizer. So the randomizer basically randomizes where you spawn. So now we could do local text equals quote unquote no, we want to do this, and then we want to do spawn 1, and then spawn 2, and then spawn 3. So we have 3 different spawns. So we'll do these. And then we want to do local random number equals math.random. I'm sorry, I forgot what to do here. I need to check. Yeah, 1 to 3. So the 3 right here you have to change this 3. So let's say you have 2 different types of spawns. You've removed this third one right here. Then you want to change this to 2. Let's say you added another one. So let's say you did spawn 4. Then you want to change this to 4. I think you get the rest. So now we want to do local reply equals text, and then we want to do random number. So that is the randomizer, and now we want to do the spawn. So the spawn is going to be, for example, if reply equals quote unquote spawn 1, then we want to do plr.character.humanoid root part .cframe equals cframe.new. Then we want to do spawns .spawn2.value. So I'll just explain how this works. So basically it's saying if the random text, or if the reply was spawn 1, which it randomly chooses one of these, then it teleports your character to basically the value. So right over here, if you come to the cop value, then spawns, then spawn 1. I don't know why I did spawn 2. Then it takes the value of here. So right here, it takes this, and it basically teleports your player to right here. So basically what you want to do is you want to copy this entire thing, and you want to just paste it in 3 times, for example, and then you want to just change it. So spawn 2, so 1, 2, 3, and then spawn 1, 2, and 3. So that should be this part done. So actually we could test this out. It's not done yet. We still have to do the gear part. Okay, so let's say I click cop. There's the confirm. Same thing with prisoner. Well, prisoner isn't really done yet, but cop, you click confirm, and boom, right there, we've randomly spawned right over here, and that is actually working really well. So if you are watching up to this point, that is the entire cop part done. And my studio just froze. Well, not the entire cop part, I'm sorry, that is a lot of the cop part done. So now we could continue to the gear. So we want to do if config dot tool on spawn dot value equals true, then so right here we're saying if the value, if this is true, basically if it's checked, meaning if you want the player to get tools on spawn, then we will do it. So now we want to do local taser. So this is watch what I'm doing right here, because this is how you want to add more. So for example, local taser equals gear.taser. So now we want to do that clone. So basically now we want to do taser I'm sorry, yeah, taser.parent equals bag. So that should, whenever we click play, it should give us the taser. So if we see this, actually I did something wrong. Yep, my bad. You could remove this clone. You want to do taser clone over here. So now if we click play, we should get a taser. So let's see, cop confirm, and we didn't. Why is that? Yeah, it's because I spelled something wrong. So I typed parent wrong, so we want to do parent equals bag, which basically, I'll explain that in a second. So if we confirm as a cop, boom, we have a taser. So if you want to add, you could add as many weapons as you want. So whatever you want to do is you want to add the weapons to the team gear, and then you basically want to do local name of the weapon. So for example, local Glock equals gear dot Glock. So gear is a shortcut to this folder, and then you want to just choose which gear you want. So you want to do gear dot Glock, and then you want to do Glock clone, meaning that there should be two Glocks. So you don't take the only Glock, so it clones it, and then there's two Glocks. And then you want to do Glock.parent equals bag. So basically this moves the Glock, it moves the parent of the Glock, because if you look over here, the parent is where it is. So if I change the parent to lighting, you see it's in lighting now, not in the folder. So it moves that to the bag, which bag is a shortcut to the player's backpack. So yeah, that's actually the script done for the cop side. So now we still have to do the prisoner script and the change team script. So how long is this video already? It is already 33 minutes. So that is going to be part 1 for now. Part 2 should be out, if you're watching this whenever I upload it, part 2 should be out tomorrow. So I'm going to be uploading this on, actually part 2 might be out a couple hours after this. So that is the cop script done. So a little recap of what we have done today. So we added a sound into workspace, named that SFX. And then you want to add two parts into workspace, name one police camera, name two prison camera, and those are basically going to be your cameras. So you want to position them to how they look, so you can see the front by scrolling down to surface and properties. And then we added a folder into lighting. We named that folder team gear, and we put all of our gear inside of there that the player should get. And then inside of replicated storage, we added two remote events, Team Prison and Team Cop. And then inside of server script service, we added the Team Change script, which over here, it changes your team to a cop, and it changes your team to a prisoner, right over here. And then over here, it makes your player so he cannot move until he chooses his team, which right over here, it makes the Team Change GUI visible, so you could see it. And then inside of teams, we added 3 teams, cop, criminal, and prisoner. The cop and criminal are auto assignable disabled, and then the prisoner audio assignable is true. And then inside of starter GUI, we added a local script named starter camera. You can name it however you want. We added this, so your camera is default the prison camera. And then we added the Team Change GUI, which you guys should add from the description. And then we started scripting it. So we scripted both of the cop and prisoner button, but we didn't script the confirm button of the prisoner yet. We did the cop button. Here is the script again. We will be doing the prisoner script in the next one, and the confirm script, hopefully. So I'm just gonna name this to cop confirm. I'm just gonna do cop script. So we have a working cop team. So if we click play, the prisoner script doesn't really do anything except for it makes this confirm button visible, which doesn't do anything. But if you click cop, which actually, I'm sorry, I must have missed something, because yeah, I forgot a part of the script. My bad. You want to open up the cop button and then the local script in here. So now, basically, we want to change this up a bit to actually show the cop, the prison, the police station. So we want to do local PLR equals game.players.localplayer, and then we want to do local cam equals game.workspace.currentCamera. So now we can add a camera section over here, camera. So now we could do repeat wait. Actually, I think you can technically just copy here. If you go over here to the script inside of Starter GUI, if you you could copy this part over here, and then you can paste that right inside of here. You could organize this a bit more, and then you basically just want to change this to, what did we name it? We named it police camera. So you could just change this to police camera, and then you want to basically just add the same exact thing to the prison one, but just you want to just have prisoner camera or prison camera, because I named it prison camera. Yeah. So I also want to just add these locals right here. So now it should actually show the prison and the police station whenever you click the buttons. So if I click prisoner, it shows me the prison, cop. Yep, perfect. So now it switches between them. The prisoner confirm button doesn't do anything yet, and then the cop confirm button, it gives me the Glock and the taser. It randomly spawns me either here, here, or here. Those are the XYZs that I've set. I'll show you how to get the XYZs in a second, actually. And then and then you also get your camera, like unlocked, so you could actually move it, and you could actually move. So that is pretty much the cop script done. I mean, not pretty much, that is the cop script done. Now to get a position, you could just put a part in, then you want to put the part up a tiny bit, just so the player's not stuck in the ground, and then you want to go into the properties, which you could, if you don't have them open, you could come here, and then go to view, and then properties right here, and you can make them visible. And then you want to come down here to position. You want to copy that, and then you want to go back to config, cop config spawns, and you want to basically just put that as one of your spawns. So yeah, it will randomly choose one of these to spawn at. So yeah, that's part 1. Part 2 should be out hopefully either a few hours after this one, maybe a day after this one. But yeah, that is what we have so far. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Also, I recently hit 400 subscribers, so thank you a lot for that. I also started live streaming a bunch, so if you want live streams, you could subscribe, turn on notifications. You'll get notified when I stream. I give away some Robux sometimes. I give away some in-game prizes sometimes. But yeah, thank you for watching. See ya.